What's up, everyone? Hunter Dole here from Philly Insider. Phillies have made a trade. I certainly didn't expect them to make another move, to be honest. I thought they were just content with Max Kepler and Jordan Romano kind of being their buy low type of signings, their bargain bin type of deals. And they have made a pretty big trade, I would say, for Jesus Luzardo, the Marlins left-handed starter, who didn't have a great year last year, but really the injury, I think, derailed him. The 2 years before that, he was really, really darn good. He had two straight back-to-back years where he was, not only was he healthy, but he was pretty awesome. I want to say his ERA was like 104 one of those years and 121 maybe one of those other years. Obviously, we kind of rocked him when he came to Citizens Bank Park. He couldn't really handle the noise, but now he's going to have that crowd behind him if he pitches in a playoff game. And again, he's going to be coming here to be the fifth starter. This guy throws four-seam slider, changeup. We'll mix in a sinker here and there too. I'm interested to see what the pitching staff and the pitching development crew wants him to, how they kind of want him to pitch, because maybe they'll switch things up just a little bit with that arsenal in terms of what he uses more than not. I'd imagine maybe his sinker usage will go up a little bit since that's something that can play off the fastball. I don't know if he'll use it a ton, but maybe like he used it a couple years ago. I don't know. Caleb Cotham is definitely one of the better pitching coaches in the league, so I'm going to trust him with that. And I really like this. Taijuan is probably not going to be in the rotation next year, which is awesome. He was just not very good. No disrespect to Taijuan. Look, I don't have anything against him personally, obviously, but it couldn't happen again. That experiment has unfortunately failed. And again, Jesus Luzardo, you now have three southpaws in your rotation, which is very interesting. But Ranger Suarez only has 1 year left on his deal. Not sure if he's going to be back or not. And you bring in a guy in Jesus Luzardo who now has 2 years left on his deal. I believe he's set to make around $8-9 million in arbitration this year. You're paying him nothing. And you give up Emaarion Boyd, who I did like Emaarion Boyd. Maury was definitely a fun minor league player. He had a lot of flashes. The speed was incredible. That guy, if he got on base, he was probably taking second base too. And he was an incredible outfielder too. But the power was probably not going to develop. I didn't see that developing long term. And I'm fine with giving up him. He's not really the primary piece in this deal. The primary piece is Starlyn Caba, who is an incredible defensive player, has an incredible eye at the plate too, gets on base a good bit. He's very young though, and we don't really know what he's going to be. He could certainly end up being a really, really darn good shortstop. I don't know. But at the same time, another guy who we don't really know what the power is going to look like long term. That's really one of the big question marks with him. And I'm not saying you just give up on him, but if Starlyn Caba is the primary piece you're giving up for a really good starter, I would say a very good starter in Jesus Luzardo, and you're holding on to your top prospects, yeah, you made a pretty good deal, and you built what could be a super rotation for this upcoming year. There's really no issues with that. You might want to add a back-end starter / reliever like Longman just for depth, because someone's going to go down at some point. That always happens every year. You have to be prepared for that. But you also have Andrew Painter, too, who you don't really want to rush him into the starting spot, and he's not going to be ready at the start of the season, I don't think, anyway. So you give him a little bit of breathing room, maybe use him more out of the bullpen to start out, and he's probably going to be on an innings limit anyway. So this makes a ton of sense to me. I really love this move. Again, their lineup I still think is lacking that right-handed power bat. I don't think they're going to get that this year. But I do really like the Jesus Luzardo move, and it gives you a really good pitcher for the next couple of years, especially if Ranger leaves. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I'm really excited about this, but I was not expecting to wake up to this news this morning. So thank you guys for watching. Go Phils, and welcome to Philly Jesus Luzardo. Peace. God bless.